to the All American Sports Show. What's going on with you? Yo, I'm your host, Burrow Boy, aka Sean Atkinson. I got my co-host in here tonight, Maurice Gunner Graham. What's good, Maurice?
What's up, Sean? What's going on, bro?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Blessed to be here, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Here to have another great show, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a great one lined up tonight. You know what I'm saying? Always, you guys know tonight's show, as always, is sponsored by Burble Apparel. That's burbleapparel.net. You guys go out there and get some of that Burble Apparel. I support the community, and also want to give a shout out to M3S3 Apparel. We appreciate the love and support you guys been showing. And you know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys go out there and support Shot Money with the Shot Money team. You know, we always show love to you guys. And always designs on the dimes for all your party needs and events, man. Go out there and also check Designs on the Dime out there on Facebook. Great work they do, man. And always, you know, we got the Cash App going at the bottom of the screen. That's how we support the show. If you guys want to support us for help us with better content and better viewership, that's how you do so, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. We got a great show going on tonight, man. We got Lloyd Briggery joining us, gonna be joining us, and man, we can't wait to hear his testimony, man, and the things that he's been doing. But yeah, man, what's been going on with you, man?
Hey, you know me, Sean, man. Easy does it, man. Doing no more than I have to.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. That last show we had, man. If you guys didn't catch it, oh my God, it was very powerful untold story by Kenneth Sutton. Uh, he came on and he gave his testimony, man. And if you guys didn't know, Kenneth suffers from a disease, ankylosing spondylitis, and it's it's a very very um, terrible disease, man. Uh, you know, it's hard for him to be able to function on a day to day, but he does so, and just like you and me, and it's very painful to do so, but you know what I'm saying, through the strength of God, he finds a way, and want to get Ken, you know what I'm saying, his flowers for that, man. Like, you know what I'm saying. Also, man, you guys make sure you tune in Saturday uh, on YouTube. Ken's story will be premiering 8 o'clock on YouTube. That's Saturday on YouTube. You guys tune in. Ken's story will be up there 8 o'clock, right? But
Yes,
so yeah, man. Yeah, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank y'all for the love and the support you've been showing us, man. We going almost a year strong now, and we want to continue bringing this to you guys, man. And you know what I'm saying, we appreciate you guys showing up. But yeah, man. Without further ado, man, you know what I'm saying, you want to get this thing started.
yes, sir. Let's go, baby.
Well, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we have Mr. Lloyd Briggery in the house. What's going on, Lloyd?
What up? What up, fellas?
Lloyd, what's up, man? It's a pleasure to have you, man.
Hey, man, thank you guys for having me, man. It's a pleasure to catch up with y'all, man, for real.
That's
Yes,
what's
sir.
up, man. That's
Yes,
what's up,
sir.
man. So look, man, if you didn't know, man, this show is all about giving the flowers to yesterday's stars, man, and we also spotlight upcoming talent. And you was definitely one of those stars of yesterday, man. And we wanted to pay homage to you with the role that you played in the championship team, especially with it being Memorial Day weekend and all. And this is our Memorial Day weekend special. And we want to, you know, some definitely tip our hat to you, man, and give you your flowers. Uh, not for just what you're doing yesterday, but also for what you're doing today. And you know what I'm saying, the work you're putting in with the community, man, and all. I mean, we want to give you your flowers and support you for that, man. Shout out.
I appreciate that, fellas. Yeah.
For sure, man, for sure. So look, man, let's get this thing started, man. So let me ask you, Lloyd, man.
Shoot.
So where are you originally from?
Ooh, so I was born in Rocky Mount. But my earliest memory, I think I did preschool in Tarboro. But my family's from Goldsboro. So around about first grade, we moved here, and if you can remember, man, my grandmother lived 2 houses down from Carver Heights, so
Mhm.
we we moved right in there. Yeah, so I was really brought up, here in Goldsboro. Um, I remember that summer joining the boys club, and I had to get a waiver because my birthday's in August, so I was turning 6, and so you had to be 6 to be a member, but I was still 5, so we had to
Right,
get a waiver so I didn't stay out of trouble, So
right.
yeah,
Got you. So you say your mother and father's from Goldsboro?
yeah, man. Well, my mother is. My father's actually from Ohio, though we don't have a relationship at all. So I'm familiar with his side of the family to that degree. I know they're from that region, but on my mother's side, my grandfather and grandmother were. My grandfather was the principal, and my grandmother was the English and music teacher at Dillard during segregation in Goldsboro. So so
Wow.
yeah, like my family's been in the borough for the struggle, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
that's what's up, man.
yeah,
Wow. I didn't know that.
yeah.
So look, man. Well, let me ask you, man. So describe your upbringing with that, man.
So yeah, I mean, with that, growing up in Goldsboro as the second generation, my grandfather passed away, I want to say in 1968. It was long before I showed up. But my grandmother was like a staple in education and particularly in music and English in the city of Goldsboro and throughout Wayne County, Eastern North Carolina. And my mother was kind of like her protege. So my mom was a school teacher, music teacher, just like my grandmother was. So growing up, all the teachers, all the administration, everybody knew I was Eleanor Harris's grandson and Valerie Harris's son. So yeah, it was like, and I didn't have any siblings, so I was around like grown-ups all the time. Um, and then I spent all like the waking hours out of school at the boys club. Um, and so it was really I had a lot of pets because like when you're a kid and you're around adults all the time, like it's a different dynamic. And I
Right,
and not to say like, I mean, I had friends. I didn't really know how to like kick it with people my own age at all. Like just no clue. Because
right.
I had no reps. Um, yeah, man. I think those maybe first 5 or 6 years at the boys club, man, I spent my time like in the library and drawing over in the snack area. Like I ain't really like I wasn't active. I mean, you run around and play like all the other kids, play foosball, ice, air hockey, and all that stuff. But yeah, I was over there like just kind of in my corner doing my own thing.
Speaking of drawing, man, you're one hell of an artist, and we're gonna get to that a little later. But I just want to ask you, when did you know that you could draw the way that you could, man? I mean, how did you just?
Yeah. All right. So as a kid with no like feedback loop from other kids, I thought all kids drew. Like I just thought that's what you did.
Okay,
So like I can't remember a time, even in my childhood, where I wasn't drawing or like playing the piano, right? Because that's what my family did. They were all into music. And so then I started drawing. But I remember I was at the boys club. This must have been sometime in like third or fourth grade. I think I might have been in School Street at the time. But I was over in the corner drawing, and I was looking at a magazine, and whatever was it was like one of those little comic strip magazines. It wasn't a comic book, but like a comic strip magazine. And
hmm
whatever was in the magazine, I was drawing on a piece of paper. And I was, I've done this 100 times. This is what I do at home. And I'm drawing. And then I look up, man, and it's like a dozen kids, like just like looking over the table, looking at me drawing. And I was like, I don't know what y'all want, but you know what I'm saying? And I kind of realized then, because then everybody was like, "Ooh, did you draw that? Like, how you do that? How you do that?" And I'm like, "I don't know. You just do it." Like I thought everybody knew how to draw, and then I kind of realized, like, oh, like everybody doesn't know how to do this, like, and the fact that it got other people's attention, I started to kind of realize, like, oh, this okay, it's something. You know, I didn't know at the time you can make a living doing it at all, but I just knew I enjoyed it. You know?
Wow, that's crazy, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's like you see things from a different lens than we do.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, man, what inspired you to play basketball?
This is. I'm pretty sure I was in that same seat that I was drawing in, because that was my spot, man. And I was drawing just as was my custom, and I must have been 11. So you're talking like 91, right?
Right.
So remember where y'all were in 1991. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Dario came around the corner from the back end of the gym. You know that you walk by the concession stand.
Yeah.
He came and he tapped me on the shoulder, and I look up and like I knew he was Dario, but I didn't know him. You know what I'm saying? Like you hear now, oh, that's Kevin, that's Sean, that's Antonio, that's this person, that person. And I'm like, why does Dario, like, we ain't ever said hi? Like, what does he want? And he goes, yeah, this is what he said. He said, hey man, come on, we need one more. And I was like, one more for what? Like, what you want? He was like, we need one more. We playing whole court. And I was like, yo, I don't know how to play basketball. He said, don't worry. We just need somebody out here. Right. I said, all right, but look, I said, look, if I come out there, y'all gotta give me the ball. He said, don't worry about it. We got you. I said, all right, cool. And so I went around the corner. I don't even remember whose team I was on. I just know like they threw me the ball twice that whole game. And like every time they were like, pass it to that guy, pass it to that guy. Okay, you know. But after that, man, I kind of like slid the art away because like it was cool, man. And I realized that everybody was laughing, having a good time, talking a lot of trash. And it just seemed like you know, like I said, like you knew all you guys' names, but like I had never hung out with y'all. And so I was like, oh, okay, let me hang here for a little bit. So that's where it started.
Gotcha. Man. Well, let me ask you this: were you interested in other sports, or just basketball?
I mean, it's Goldsboro, Sean. Like, you know, you go to church on Sunday and you play ball, you know, right after. Like it's
right.
Yeah, I'll tell you this, like for real. So my grandmother, I think in the 80s, she was the music teacher, right? And when she retired, my mom took over for a couple years at the high school as a music teacher, and PA Best was the principal. Mm-hmm. And this was like, and Coach Lee was a member of my church. And so every Sunday during the season, he would get a shout out, you know, from the pulpit, right? And you know, we would go to the games because, you know, school spirit. And I remember seeing all them guys come out, man, with them blue and gold silk tearaways, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, and this was like Coach Lee in his hey back when Goldsboro was 4A. Right. So like, I mean, standing room only every single game, man. This was Dennis and Fontaine, all of them, man. Like, and as a kid, like I couldn't put together how I was gonna do that, but you see it and you just like, man, if I could ever one day run out from that locker room, you know what I'm saying, and then rip away, oh man, you know. So yeah, seeing that, man, like, you know, so I would say like that's just Goldsboro culture, right? Like you're just around that, and whether you like have a desire, like a conscious desire or not, it's not so much that, it's just that you see everybody loves that. You feel the intensity and you just like, I want to be a part of it in some way. Football was cool, man, because it seemed like everybody kind of like the real ones did both. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, I don't know if I could do that, man, but you know, we'll see. Because also you don't know who playing football. Like y'all got y'all helmets on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Basketball ain't no hiding on the court. You know.
Yeah, I got you. Oh man.
Yeah.
So look, man, you mentioned music a lot, man, and you know, I knew that, by me knowing you, I knew that you played music. But let me ask you, so what made you want to play the saxophone? And I mean, of course, you said your family got you. That's the motivation for playing music.
Yeah.
But why the saxophone?
Yeah. Okay. So I can give you a better answer now as an adult than I could back then. But what I always and this will as we go through this, you'll see this pattern like throughout my life because it's really consistent. But I always wanted to be down with whatever was happening, but I didn't want to do it exactly like everybody else. It was
Right.
like everybody wants to be in the band. Okay, I want to be in the band, but everybody wanted to play the trumpet. It's like, oh, I'm not playing the trumpet. Like that's cool for y'all. I want to do something else. And so everybody that wanted to play the saxophone wanted to play the alto saxophone. But I seen this other like the tenor sax was like, you know what I mean? It was like a horn, you know what I mean? And
Right.
so I was like, well, how many people play that? And they were like, we've only had one in the last year. And I was like, I'll do it. Because then, it's like everybody has their own music. But it's like, oh, I got my own individual music now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I
Right.
can do kind of my own thing. So yeah, the tenor plus like all the, I won't say all, but I mean, my family being musically inclined, like I had appreciation for jazz music and like the real cool ones played the tenor sax. So
Hmm.
I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that.
That's what's up, man. That's
Yeah,
what's up.
man. Yeah.
So, man, so who was your inspiration growing up, Lloyd? I mean, who did you look to for inspiration?
Yeah, this is a good question, man, because I really got to like competitive basketball real late, like real late.
Mhm.
Um, and so I know my mom and I used to play horse.
Oh,
Um, yeah, and when I say like play, like she would whoop me. She whooped me for years.
oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah, nah. Valerie Harris is one of the most competitive people you'll ever meet. Um, she used to teach me as a kid, like she used to teach me how to play board games, but she didn't teach me how to win. She would teach me how to play.
Yeah.
Right? She would thrash me, man. I'm talking about I'm like 5, and she would like whoop me, whoop me, whoop me, whoop me, whoop me, laughing, talking trash. Now I would be in tears. You a kid, you like sensitive, man. And
Right.
until like I would outsmart the game, I would learn how to win. And she'd be like, all right, we ain't playing that no more. We playing Connect Four now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then once I learned that, oh, we playing backgammon, whatever, whatever. So the competitive thing I got from my mom. But my grandmother, um, man, so my grandmother was like 5 feet tall. And apparently, man, back when she taught in the 60s, like during the civil rights movement and stuff, her students used to call her the general because she used to throw the chalkboard at you and the eraser and hit you in the head if you was talking. Um, and growing up, man, she always was leading choirs, like these massive choirs.
Right.
And so in her house, like every day I saw her alive, she always did the crossword puzzle, and she always went and walked around the neighborhood. And eventually they built that track between Dillard and Carver Heights. And so
Right.
she would go out there and walk miles and then come in and do the crossword puzzle. And then she was recording tapes. She was teaching students. Like she was so diligent, like I could observe her work ethic. And she was always reading, always writing, like, and so yeah, seeing her work that hard all the like for as long as she was alive, because she passed away after I graduated from Hampton. She like immediately passed away. So like my whole life of observing like somebody's work ethic was her. So yeah, man, it was them two, my mom and my grandma for sure.
That's what's up, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to Grandma Briggery and Mama Briggery, man.
Yeah, man. Yes.
But look, man, we got to take a small commercial break right quick, man. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking with Lloyd Briggery.
The All-American Sports Show every Friday night at 8 p.m.
Young gun, no one that back calling me splurge. Let me jump right off the curb. Make this man fly like a bird. Spin on the first and the third. Solid, I'm keeping my word. Can't be my equal, don't know what you heard. Crank up the phone, I swear. Keep me a stick if they purge.
And we're back, y'all.
Yes, sir.
If you guys are just joining in, man, we're talking with Lloyd Briggery, man, former Goldsboro High School championship team member and also a professional artist. We are honored to have him on the show, man. We're honored to have him on the show. And man, this is so far been very interesting, Lloyd. You're like the man of many mysteries, man, many talents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So look, man, I want to ask you some.
Shoot.
Describe that junior high school team that you was on, and what role did you play?
Okay, so in order to do this, I gotta talk about 7th grade, that team, and then 8th grade, that team, because they were very different and yet very similar.
Okay.
So that had to be 93, right? 92, 93. So that summer of 92, remember the Dream Team was 92. And so they won the gold on my birthday that summer. And that really solidified, like, oh, I'm going to now, like, I put away all the music, all the art, and I was like, I bought into I'm going to the NBA. Like, I was like, I'm sold, man. They done won on my birthday. So, but, you know, like, we're going to the boys club all day, every day, playing ball all day. And so if you remember, man, the old guard back then was David Thornton, Stanley Autry, Larry Lofton, Booba, God rest his soul, Junior Moore, those guys, right? Montreal. Yeah, so like those guys were at the boys club and they were telling us coming in like, hey, man, Coach Durham only keep 5, 7 graders. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay, like, all right. Now, mind you, I never tried out for a team before. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, this is what everybody doing. This is what we doing. And then so they were trying to help us out in a way, but also like they ain't tell us everything because, you know, they trying to get their spot too.
Right.
And so they said, okay, like you need to learn how to shoot with your left hand, right? And so all of us, we start, you know, and like it was really bad at first. And then, you know, if you remember too, now names starting to come back to my mind. Brian McCall, those guys, right?
Yeah.
Jerry, I think Jerry was a year ahead of them, but whatever the case may be. So, you know, they say, oh, if you want to shoot with your left, you got to jump off with your right? Like, and kind of reverse engineer the whole like layup situation. And so we start, well, I'll say this, all y'all who have been playing together, y'all just like naturally incorporated that. And y'all started doing that.
Right.
I wasn't that good, but like I was getting better. Like I understood the game. You know, I knew what to travel on a double dribble. I knew how not to turn the ball over. Right. I knew who not to pass it to. But I still was shooting this like, I don't know what it was like. It was weird. It was a bad looking shot, but everything else, okay, like defensive slide. Like I knew that I could like mimic. Right. So while guys was getting more, the only time I got runs was if I had next, you know what I'm saying? Then I could pick, okay, all right, whatever. You know, and everybody like, yo, you got 5, whatever. Like, I don't even know, right? But when I wasn't playing, I would be doing drills while y'all were playing. Because like, what else was I going to do, right? And so it was like, okay, I can do the drills. This I got, because ain't nobody trying to stop me, like, and I can get the mechanics down. So then when it came time for tryouts, it was just drills, man. And I was like, I got this left hand thing. I got this right hand thing. I got this defensive slide thing, right? Oh, we got to take a charge. Fine, man. You know, you're invincible when you're 13, right? And also I did recognize at the time that what smaller guys had an advantage in was just that guy that would dive on the floor and skin his knees. I was like, okay, somebody has to be that guy. Like, I'll do that. Like, I'll be pesky, right? And even then, man, like at the boys club, this is how you learn how to be pesky. When you weren't playing, right, and they were playing 5-on-5, when the ball was down on that end of the court, you would come out and start shooting, and then they would be running. You had to like run off the court, you know? It's like right. So you know, I'm starting to like put these things together. And so I always say this, man, in that year, I was great at being a practice player. Now, the very few moments, and I got lucky to make the team. And I actually think Coach Durham was trying to like, he was thinking about who can I get this year that's going to help next year, right? And like, I have zero intention of giving them major minutes in any way, but they can learn. So, boom, there's that. And to be fair, I had a nice GPA. You know what I'm saying? Like, I even go like, you know, it's like, you think now, like as a grown up, like I wasn't thinking about that as a kid. I was just, you know, I had to make A's because all the teachers knew my mom and my grandma, you know, but like when you're a coach, you got to consider like we need that team GPA at a certain, you know, whatever. So there's a lot of things to consider. But I was good at doing whatever he said do. And, you know, Coach Durham, man, like he said, you know, we're going to run for 30 minutes with our hands up like this. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're going to run up the steps. So that was that team. And you remember, man, we had study hall, and study hall was just a good time for the 8th graders to gang up on us. And like, it was very abusive. But it forced us to like get closer than I think maybe we even intended, because we had to defend ourselves, you know. And I think through that, like the like brotherhood bond for me, that's really when it started, because we were like getting equally tortured. And you know what I'm saying? It was like, okay. And Coach Durham, man, like as far as like first coaches go, I don't know that you could do better than Carver Durham, like just in life, with all his experience and wisdom and really ungodly patience. Like his level of patience, like with children, was off the charts. So I remember he pulled me to the side and was like, "Let me show you how to shoot." And you know, Coach Durham, his jump shot.
Yes, sir.
He pulling up on the fast break, you know, with them non-breakaway rims. You know what I'm saying? No, but net. So he actually taught me how to shoot, and he used to have me shooting form shots, right? So he's the one that like changed my whole form. And I remember we were playing Greenwood. I hadn't scored all season, hadn't gotten really in like that. And it was down to the last 2 minutes, and we had blown Greenwood out already. And I finally got in, and I got that shot at the right elbow. And only 2 points I made that whole season. And like everybody was cheering, man. Like I might as well hit the buzzer beater to win like the whole championship or something, man. Like it was a good feeling. So after that, it was like, okay, I knew that, like, I mean, there were so many other talented people in our class, you know what I mean, that were still playing at the boys club, playing at the center, you know, our version of like local AAU, what have you. I knew like they were coming next year. And so I think I had it in my mind at first that I wanted to start, but at the time, and I'm gonna tell you, man, I didn't really get the nerve until high school, really, to like not be afraid like in the game. You know what I'm saying? So like I was like nervous out there. And I realized like I had to be like angered. I had to be prompted to play like I knew how to play. And so Coach Durham sat me down And I mean, we had a Fab Five. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I was, you know, like, oh, I'm integral to us like winning at this level. And I was happy to play 6-man because like Dale Curry was my favorite player at the time. So it was like, boom. Yeah, man. So Coach Durham with his drills, trying to build confidence. It was great.
You speak of Coach Durham a lot right there, man. So, you know, it got me to wondering if you could look at Coach Durham face to face one more time,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
would you say to him?
I would hug him, first of all, and just tell him thank you. Because just growing up, man, with no father, you know what I'm saying, at all, like he wasn't trying to be my dad or anything like that, man, but he definitely took an interest in me and took time with me to show me things, to talk, to listen, and really like point me in the right direction, man. Like, and that was a new experience for me as a kid. And I would just say thank you, like thank you, thank you, thank you. From what I was told from other coaches, like at the high school level, he spoke highly of me after our time together, you know, and I'm grateful for that too because you know pretty much everything I knew at the time was all from him. Like he taught me everything I knew at that time. So I would just say thank you.
Shout out to Coach Carver Durham.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Lloyd, you spoke on teammate, man, and you know teammate is a powerful word in sports, and you are definitely was a great teammate. I can speak for myself,
Thanks, man. Thank you.
and others would like you to know that too.
Lloyd, the man, the myth, the legend, my big bro, OG, aka Mr. Sharpshooter himself. Huge shout out to you, bro. Flowers well deserved. You know, not for only what you did back on the court, you know, back in '98, but you know, also what you're doing now out here in the community, being a great Samaritan, man. You're taking your artistic talents to another level out here. None of that goes unnoticed. I got a few fond memories, man, back in the day. You know, '97, my freshman year, you know, playing JV, I got moved up to varsity, and you were one of the first seniors, man, that kind of took me under your wing and showed me the ropes, and it was greatly appreciated, you know, and always been a solid dude, man, for sure. I'm on the way to the gym, too, man. I ain't seen you there in a few weeks, man. You need to tighten up. But, yeah, flowers well deserved, man. Salute to you, bro. Love you.
Man. Dude, man. What y'all doing, man? That's yo.
OJ Smith, ladies and gentlemen, OJ
OJ.
Smith.
Hey, OJ, I remember, man, after I graduated, I didn't really come back to Goldsboro for like a year or so. And then like a year and a half later, I came back and OJ was a full-grown adult man.
Yeah, yeah. I had that same effect when I came back and I seen him and Victor. It blew my mind.
Oh my God.
It blew my mind. I was like, what?
What the heck?
They had the big chest on them all. Like, what? That was
when
crazy.
I left, they were kids. Like in the
kids.
championship picture, they were kids.
Right.
I came back, man.
Little Mike Bibby. Little Mike
Yes.
Bibby. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I was like, yo, that was crazy, man. That was crazy.
Man. Yeah. Love those guys, man. That was dope.
Yeah, shout out to OJ, man.
Yes, sir.
So look, Lord, man, you also played for a coach, man, that don't often get a lot of recognition on the show. Coach Wiggins, man. Could you tell us about, you know what I'm saying, playing for Coach Wiggins and his coaching style?
All right. So I think Coach Wiggins, man, he reminds me, I would say he was more like a Mike D'Antoni type. Like Coach Wiggins really wanted us to be ourselves. I know he had his like mandates, like y'all need to play this way. And he would be like, look, man, get out there. And, you know what I'm saying? Like go for it.
Right.
What I loved about Coach Wiggins was he was definitely one of those guys that encouraged you. Like he really built confidence in you, you know, in his own way. He wasn't gonna like cuss you out or nothing like that, but if you let him down, you would feel bad. You know what I'm saying? You just be like, dang, man, because he was real cool, man. I mean, you remember? I think he worked. Was that Bicycle World that was on the corner?
He owned Bicycle World.
He owned Bicycle World, right? So he was like that cool uncle. You know what I mean? Like you wanna like work hard for him. Also think he really didn't care too much for like the discipline side of coaching. You know what I'm saying? So we probably took advantage of that more than we should have. You know, but I remember this, man. The only time I ever dunked at Goldsboro High School was when he lobbed it to me. Like I could catch that mug, put it in there. That was it. That's all I ever got. So I think it was good for us. I know it was good for me to like be in those developmental stages to just kind of learn to play and just play, man. Like whether we win these games or not, like we want to win them all, but like you're gonna learn a lot in those games. So like I think he was real. I think he was integral in letting us do that so we could just get our legs under us, man, by the time we got to varsity. So yeah, he deserves a lot of credit for helping like build us up for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. Shout out to Coach Wiggins, man. Coach Wiggins gave me and Kev, you know what I'm saying, Baja bicycle straight out the shop, you know what I'm saying, brand new, you know what I'm saying, for nothing, you know what I'm saying, just gave it to me and Kev, you know what I mean, so come through the shop, pick out a bike, came through, picked out them Bajas.
That's what's up.
But yeah, man, my next question though, man, so you played junior high school, you played junior varsity, and you also played varsity. Now, I want to ask, describe the different coaching between Carver Wiggins and Coach Stevens.
Man, how much time you got? So I would say this, man. You remember, man, Coach Stevens used to say this. I knew what he meant, but he used to say, we're going to do it my way or the right way. Mm-hmm. He used to say that. It's like, I don't think you want us to choose your way or the right way. I think you're saying my way or the highway, but all right. He definitely, I mean, the strategy was play his way and then get the ball to Chris Tan. You know, like, but he was definitely more structured for sure. And you know, man, Coach Stevens, man, he'll cuss you out from, you know, the other end of the court, which, you know, he'll stomp the ground and call your name and you'll know, like, yeah, that donkey kick was for me. My bad. There he is. Yeah, man. But I think he really wanted us to win. I would say what they all have in common, man, is that they wanted us to win. Like, and I think we wanted to win. And I think we were all kind of just bought into like whatever the collective strategy is to do that, we're going to do it to the best of our ability. So, but you know, Wiggins was more like, look, man, like y'all do it how y'all want to do it. As long as y'all win and don't get me in trouble. But do it, you know, like go out there and fight, you know, like, so everybody was competitive, but yeah, Coach Stevens was a lot more rigid in the how we would do it, from what I recall. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Thank you, everybody, for joining in, man. You know what I'm saying? We're talking with Lloyd Briggery, ex-championship team member, Goldsboro High School, also a professional artist. We got to take a small commercial break, but we'll be right back. And thank you guys for joining in, man. We'll be right back.
I guess I ought to do something.
Big subwoofer in the back, like what's up, blow the windows out of frame. It's a party when
Fuck a pigeonhole, I'm a night owl, it's a different mode. I'ma have to make a paint of 6 on a pinky toe. Heard you with a shooting guard, just let a nigga know I would have you courtside. Young got no one that back calling me splurge. Let me jump right off the curb. Make this right fly like a bird. Spin on the first and the third. Solid, I'm keeping my word. Can't be my equal, don't know what you heard. Crack up the phone, I swear. Keep me a stick of fake herbs. Young got no one that they working my nerves. I'm about to pull some serve. Fucking this bitch like a perm. Smack from the back of a perm. Ice, the bird, shitting on all you little turds. Can't take that dick, wait your turn. In my own lane we can't merge. So with no hands you can learn. Let's see how much you can earn. Why me go big like the worm?
We're back. Thank you all for joining in, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, man, this is an amazing interview, Lord. Finding a whole lot of things about you that I did not know, man. And you are truly an interesting person, man. You really are.
Thanks.
You really are, man. But look, man, you know what I'm saying? I want to take this time here, man, I want to take this time out right here, man, to let my man say something to you, man. You know what I'm saying? He been eager to, you know what I'm saying, to grace your presence, man. He's been eager to grace your presence. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to let him speak for yourself.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Ant Howell, GHS class of 98. Stop playing with us. You know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just want to give a big shout out, first and foremost, to my boy, Sean Atkinson. Hey, man, you a real one for doing this. Appreciate everything you're doing for the community. Congratulations on the podcast. Y'all go check out Burrow Boy Apparel. It's lit. Anyway, the man of the hour. Want to say what's up to my boy, Lloyd Briggery, my brother since the 3rd grade. You know, he's an amazing person, y'all. I mean, I can sit here all day and talk about my bro. Lloyd's talented at everything. He knew he could draw way back when and is still doing that to this day. That's always been his passion. You know, Lloyd musically inclined, marching band, played the saxophone. My boy got skills, got handles, like an assassin from the 3-point line with the pop tattoo. G.H.S champion, you know, state championship. You know, and something that I think is really near and dear to my heart. My boy served honorably in the U.S. Army, fellow veteran. You know what I mean? So big shout out, salute to that. You know, Lloyd's incredible. He's always been humble. Lloyd got along with everybody. He moved in every single circle. And a lot of people can't say that. And so, you know, I think it's amazing. You know, even Mr. GHS competition, you robbed me, Lloyd. You know my Usher presentation killed you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got disqualified because I ripped my pants off, but you got me. But Lloyd won that, you know what I'm saying? Yo, he's incredible, bro, you know what I mean? And we stay in contact to this day. Been one of my best friends since growing up, and so I can't say, I could sit here all day and just talk about how I love this dude. So congratulations to you, man. You deserve the honor, and you know what I'm saying? We love you. Later.
Hey, man. Yo, dude.
Anthony Howells, ladies and gentlemen.
Man, shouts out, man. Yo. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. You deserve it, bro. You deserve it.
Wow. That's wild.
Sure, bro.
I wasn't ready for that one, man. Y'all wild for that.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, man. At this time, man, I'm gonna turn it over to my man Graham, man. He got some questions he want to run down to you, man. And we're gonna go into the chat and let the chat, you know what I'm saying, get a piece of the action. They got some questions they want to ask you. So you know what I'm saying? Take off, G.
Got you. Hey, so I'm gonna hit the chat real quick first, Tom. All right, so Latoya Dillahunt, she had a question for you, Lord. She said, when you was younger, did you win in art fairs?
Say that again, Graham.
She asked, when you was younger, did you win Did you ever win in art fairs?
Okay. Yeah. There was a statewide competition that I won. I have the piece still in my kitchen right now. It was we must have been 6th grade when that happened. I won another one. Oh, in high school, there was for my senior year, there was like some sort of best seniors in Wayne County type of thing. But back then there was no social media, like, you know what I mean? Like we didn't know stuff was going on unless a teacher knew a teacher who knew a teacher. Plus my art thing was kind of like I won't say it was a secret because everybody knew I drew, but like basketball was kind of my like main thing. So even if there were other festivals, I was probably playing ball during all that time anyway. So, but yeah, those two I remember specifically because I still have the pieces here in my house. So,
Okay. All right, so another question Denisha Davis asked, was sports your real passion? Or was it always art?
Yeah, the answer is yes. Art was always with me. It's just that, and I never lost the passion. It's just the priority switched, right? Like, and even now, it's like art is not only my passion, it's my profession. Like, as soon as we get off, I'm tuning into the Knicks game. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the priority has switched back. You know, so you know, it's like it's okay to have more than one passion. But the priority definitely changed. Basketball not only was a way to get like known, but it was also a way to like get respect, you know, and not just like, I'm not talking about like, oh, you know, we ain't paying for food at McDonald's. I'm talking about like among your peers, you know what I'm saying? Like they're real, like, you know what I'm saying? That kind of respect. Art wasn't doing that at all. So yeah. Yeah.
So the next question, and this is one of the questions I had for you, but Kevin Thompson wanted to know, how do we get some of that artwork?
Oh man, go to my website, Art by Brig. Everything is Art by Brig. All my social media, Art by Brig. Hit it up. Yeah, you'll see the click through.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right. So my questions now. I'm going into mine, Lord.
Yes, sir.
Did anyone give you problems on the hardwood?
Did anybody give me problems on the hardwood? There's this one guy. He's actually on his podcast right now. Graham. Did anybody give me problems? Yeah. First and foremost, everybody gave me problems because I was so new. But I think it wasn't until I'm trying to think, man, where it got really like, oh, okay, like I was chasing David Thornton and those guys, Jatoba Hobbs, Larry and them, and Tron Atkinson, because those guys were like the 9th grade JV team, right? So I was chasing them, and then once I kind of like elbowed my way to like, okay, like, all right, like I'm on that level at least. I was confident I was on that level. It hadn't occurred to me to, and then there go Maurice Graham. with all the confidence of an NBA 5-time champion. Like, yo, man, first of all, I thought I was good when I was like, I've worked my way up to this level. But I will say, man, and through the years, I have appreciated, like, you pushed me so hard. Like, I mean, for real. But I loved it, though, because it was like, I felt like we would bring the best out of each other. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, man. And I think that's Goldsboro as a whole. I mean, we were talking about that a little bit, man. Anytime you, like, if you're playing outside of organized sports, like you're just going around the borough to play, they know you on the team. So everybody's coming for your neck. And so you gotta be ready to go to that level and just be like, nah, like we about to ball it in, you know, we about to really see. So, but yeah, I always appreciated our rivalry. I don't even know if we call it a rivalry, man. We was just competitive. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's it.
Yeah, man.
Hey, so better rivalry game, Eastern Wayne or Southern Wayne?
Which Eastern Wayne team? You know what I'm saying?
It
Like,
doesn't matter. In your mind, which one was the better rivalry? Which game was the better rivalry game?
I mean, it's Eastern Wayne. You know, like East, because I would say this, it's more Eastern Wayne because if there was like a social event, we would party together. Like Southern Wayne guys, they may show up, but don't nobody really know. Yeah, it's like y'all out there in Mount Island. But we knew them Eastern Wayne jokers, man. Like, yeah. Eastern Wayne. He done for sure, man. Yeah.
All right. Hey, being that you played high school, college, and a little semi-pro, what advice would you give to an aspiring athlete?
If they're young, the first thing I would say is you need to get in shape. Like your conditioning at this age while your body's still developing, like there's no expiration date on your cardio. Right? Like get fast, like run them miles, run them hills, sprint, jump. Also, what I learned in hindsight was volume. Like we had some idea of what it took to be at a certain level, but if like depending on how high you want to go, man, it's volume. Like it is like I'm thinking I gotta take 100 shots and I should have taken 500 shots. Like the first day you ever try to shoot 500 shots, you realize like I'm exhausted. Like it's not even, I don't even care about making it. I can't even lift my arms 500 times, right? So yeah, I would say work on your wind, work on the volume, and really, man, and this is what I would love to see the future basketball get back to is just real good defense.
Yeah.
You know? So those are the three things I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, when you finally let go of your hoop dreams, what did you replace it with?
Well, when I let them go, man, I was in Iraq. And I had a whole moment, man, where it just in a moment it was over. And I felt great about it because I felt like, you know, like there's like a finite amount of dribbles you got in life. You know what I'm saying? And I hit that moment. And once I hit it, it was like when Forrest Gump stopped running, like, okay, I think I'm gonna go home now. It was just like that. To be fair, I did not think I was going to make it home from that deployment because it was such a violent deployment. So I didn't really have a plan beyond dying, really. And, you know, it's just like, well, I was really convinced because that was my second tour. I was convinced like I wasn't going to make it. And so then I made it back, actually flew out of country on September 11th. And I was like, oh, we're getting shot down because it's September 11th, right? Like, so... And I woke up in Kuwait, man. It was like, shoot, I need to figure something out with the rest of my life, man. So, yeah. But ultimately, it was art. Like my priority shifted again, and I started angling my way into trying to forge an art career. I had an accidental career in fitness in between that, which helped pay the bills and stuff. But ultimately, it was art.
Okay. So if you could go back and change anything from your past, what would it be and why?
Ooh, that's a good question, Graham. Would be real?
Yeah.
I probably would have fought more. I have a philosophy now in life, like people should get hit more often. Like we're just too soft now. But yeah, man, it took me a long time to like get like my own self-belief and own self-confidence. And I probably tolerated more stuff than I would now, you know, as an adult. But like, I mean, honestly though, man, like I would just do more of the stuff that I was into. Like I didn't mind being a gym rat. I love being dedicated like that. I just wish I had known like, okay, like you're in, you need to go to the deep end now, like really go all the way in. Cause I was in, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was just kind of like maybe neck deep and I didn't know you could go like deeper levels. So I think I would just explore deeper levels of things I was interested in if I could go back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I got two more for you.
Shoot.
Given we both are U.S. Army veterans with numerous deployments in our belts, give me your perspective on deployments.
On deployments?
Yes.
Yeah, man. So I mean, I was a combat arms guy, right? And as an officer, that you get to kind of you fill out. It's called a wish list of like what you want your job to be, and you
Yep.
get 6 choices of the 13 jobs you can have as an officer. And my first choice was to get on tanks, because, and this was, I mean, this was before 9/11. Like, I just knew I never wanted to make the Army my full career for 20,
Right.
but I always said, like, when I got out and told people I was in the Army, I wanted to be able to say I did some Army stuff. You know, like I wanted to do something in the Army that you couldn't do. You know, I didn't want to be an X-ray technician. No disrespect to X-ray techs, but I wanted to do some real Army stuff, right? And so knowing that, like, it's real interesting because you're a warrior, like you're a trained warrior. So that's your job. It's not like you have some sort of like bloodlust or anything, but you
Right.
are trained to like go to the fight.
Yeah.
So when 9/11 happened, it was first semester of my senior year. I was like, well, I know where we going as soon as we graduate. There was no like trepidation. There was no, I was glad I was already in, because I'm not sure I would have joined afterwards. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I was already bought in. So I was like, let's go, man. So that competitive kind of like, let's do our job, let's do it well and get back. Now, again, I mean, we were talking about this earlier. The Army is a good job if you can stay alive. Like there's a cost to that.
Right. Yes, sir.
And I had a decent run. I lost some friends, you know what I'm saying? And that's, you know, especially being Memorial Day weekend, like, you know, I have my whole process on these kinds of holidays that I carry with me, and I'm honored to do so, but I don't regret that one bit. Like 10 times out of 10, I would make the same choices to join up.
Okay.
But yeah, it was part of the job, you know, so I felt like even if we hadn't gone to war, I would have wanted to go in my tank with my platoon and go get after it, you know?
Yeah.
So we did have a war, and, you know, we kind of had to do it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Right. So my last one for you.
Yeah.
Is there an individual or individuals you would like to salute?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. We all had guys that we kicked it with that never made it onto the team. Guys that we hooped with all the time. We had relationships with that pushed us, right? So my guys, I'm talking about Quadine Knight, right? I'm talking about Jermaine Dawson. I'm talking about Travis Hill. If you ever played at the YMCA, me and Travis, boy, hey, that was my dude, man. These guys pushed me so far, and even like the Tremaine Sawyers, right, who was on the team and then eventually like had other interests, right? Like those guys, like Derek Barnes, right? Like these guys, like forced me to continue to keep pushing and not take it easy, apart from our structure, like whoever was going to be on the team that year, right? Like these guys were the guys like I was hooping with back in the neighborhood or around town. Even like some guys from Eastern Wayne, Southern Wayne. So the guys that just didn't get a chance to put the uniform on 97, 98, but were just as important in making everybody on that team great. Like, salute to those guys, man, because that's Goldsboro. Like, that is the heart of Goldsboro. Like, you from Goldsboro, you hoop, and those were hoopers, man. They definitely kept it real with us. If we had a terrible game, they're gonna be the first one to let us know. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's all love because they want us to win too. You know, so shout out to those guys, man, for real.
Hey, Sean, my bad. I got one more for him. Hey, Mo, you go in the gym tomorrow and take 53s. How many do you make?
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
If I go in tomorrow, I take 50, 30, easy. Easy 30.
30.
Easy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Playing overseas, like my whole game evolved. So like it changed into something completely different than what I was in Goldsboro. Like I converted to being a point guard, but it was a scoring point guard type of thing. So yeah, like I got better.
All right, Sean, it's on you.
All right, man. So look, man, we reached a portion of the show where we call the fast round. All right. So I'm gonna run off a couple questions to you, and they're culture questions. All right.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to get 2 seconds to answer, but but everybody does take the time on it. So I'm just gonna ask you the questions. All right.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. The first one. You like your spaghetti mixed or separate?
I don't eat spaghetti.
What? You don't eat spaghetti?
Nah, not at all.
Hey, that's the first. That's the first, Sean.
That's the first. No spaghetti, bro.
Nah, not for maybe 7-8 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on, Sean. Don't let me get off that easy. But when you were eating it, how did you like it though, Lord? How would you eat it when you were eating it?
I mean, I'm more meatballs and then put a little pasta on it, but loaded with Parmesan, man. Just mash it all in there.
He want the big bowl. He want the big bowl.
Yeah.
So what I hear you say is you like your spaghetti separate, and then you mix it yourself.
Fair. That's fair.
Okay.
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 Okay. All right, let me ask you this. You like sugar or butter on your grits?
Butter. Come on, man.
All right. You know what I'm saying? All right. You know what I'm saying? He coming back home, Reed. Coming back. All right, check this out, man. Situation. You got 3 seconds on the clock. You got the ball. Who taking the last shot? Dario Wright?
Mm-hmm.
Angelo Maddox? Chris Tang?
Dario.
No questions asked.
Shout out to D-Row.
Yeah, no questions asked.
Yeah. That's easy. Now, if I got the ball, though.
What a joke! Oh shit! You choke, boy. Look, man, this question right here, you know what I'm saying? This my boy Way was on the show, you know what I'm saying? He told me, he was like, man, you need to start asking this question here, man. Because to me, you know what I'm saying, really, he's right, you know what I mean? It's no debate. But I'm gonna have to ask you anyway, just for culture, you know what I'm saying, reason. Jordan or LeBron?
Jordan.
No hesitation.
Yeah.
All day.
That's how we like it. No hesitation.
Yeah.
All day. You can't elaborate.
I mean, look, man, it's Jordan. First of all, I mean, you know what it is, man? It's the level of terror and that he. I mean, it was a real reigning dominance, and I love like today in this podcast era, right? His like Jordan don't do podcasts, right?
Right.
But everybody he played against does podcasts, and they still like, yo, man, that guy. Like, we thought because we saw it, right? And we thought we knew because we saw it. And then the Last Dance, we're like, oh, okay, there's a little bit more. But now all them guys is like, it's worse than you think. Like, he's a maniac, you know?
Right.
There were times where LeBron had that, like Miami LeBron, the Heatles. Yeah, like his time down there. But that was just a moment. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a moment, and I respect LeBron, man. I think people are gonna miss him when he's gone. But I think Jordan is like he's like a standalone kind of a character, and then there's everybody else, and you can argue about all of that. But like I think Jordan, even among guys like Kareem, man, like those, even those other dudes, man, like Jordan's like an anomaly. He's Neo, and
Right.
then everybody else. So
Right.
yeah.
I got two more questions for you, man. I'm gonna let you get out of here, and I'm gonna save my last one for a special question. You know what I'm saying? A guest hit me personally. They wanted me to definitely ask you this. Um, but my question for you is, man, if there was one lesson, well, actually, I got two for you. If you could describe one thing from all of those teams that you were on, if you could take one thing from that, what would it be?
What's
one thing that they had in common? All three of those teams. What's one thing all them teams have in common?
Yeah, what we learned in real time was that we can all commit to doing something bigger than what one individual could do alone.
Okay.
Like we learned to sacrifice for each other, and those opportunities to do that in life are few and far between. For a group of guys to come together, man, selflessly and put themselves through it, like allow themselves to just get put through all of it and put your egos aside and win. It's like that's that championship spirit. Like once you get that, that's life. Like you take that in life. So
right.
Yeah, that right there.
That's deep.
Yeah, man.
And my next one is, man, if there was one lesson that you could have took from Carver Durham, what would it be?
Fundamentals.
Yes, sir.
Fundamentals. There's no escape.
Fundamentals, for sure.
Man. Yeah.
So look, man, my boy, you know what I'm saying, ex-teammate of yours, of course, you know what I'm saying, hometown legend, ex-NFL player, Travis Coleman, Chicago Bears. You know what I'm saying? Got to give him his introduction every time I say my boy name. But Trav hit me up, man, and Trav wanted me to, you know what I'm saying, definitely ask you this, man. He says, he wanted you to tell us, how was your time at Hampton? And did you feel that you got a fair shot there?
That's a great question, man, because me and Trav both played at Hampton. I didn't know how many Goldsboro guys were at Hampton on the football team. So when I got to the yard, I was so happy to see Blue and Matt and Stan.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, whoo. All right. And they showed love though. They was like, oh, he with us, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, bro, I was a walk-on at Hampton, and I was confident that I could walk on because I had gotten like 3 D1 letters from across the country. And so I was like, okay, like if I'm getting letters like with offers, great. I'm sure I could walk on at Hampton. And so I was on the ROTC scholarship, so everything was paid for me anyway through the Army. So it kind of freed me up to like go play ball.
Right.
But they told us at the beginning of 100 guys showed up, and they said, if you don't have your clearinghouse papers, you could go. And I had my clearinghouse papers. Shout out to Coach Randy Tilley for squaring me away with that. And so 75 guys left. So now it's 25 guys. Okay, cool. That's cool. But you know me, man, I'm a drills guy. Whatever drill you want, I got.
Right.
Coach said, all right, we're gonna do some drills, but we're gonna take, some guys that were on the team that just graduated, and we're gonna play 5-on-5. All right, bet. Cool. So through the drills, they just started telling guys to go home. Cause some, man, it's like it's college tryouts, like anybody can show up, and anybody can fill out the paperwork. They just started pulling guys. Long story short, we played 5. Oh, then he told us we're not taking anyone on the team because our roster is full, but NCAA rules say we have to have tryouts. So we're just going to run 5s, and then that's going to be that.
Right.
Okay. All right, so my dreams are crushed.
Crushed already.
And I'm devastated. And I got all this energy. In my mind, I'm like, I'm about to take this out on you. And so we played the 15. And so it's me and some other dudes, and then some alumni guys from Hampton and some of the coaches.
Mm-hmm.
We beat them because we had to win by 2. We beat them like 17-15. I had 9 points, and the homie I used to run with, like on the outside courts at Hampton, he had the other 8, and so we won. I hit the game-winning shot. It's a wrap. We done beat these alumni guys, and I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was so emotional, you know what I'm saying? I walked off the court, man, turned my back to the court. I'm getting dressed, got a pat on the back on my shoulder. It was the assistant coach, and he said, hey, head coach says he wants you to be at practice tomorrow. And I was like, yeah, all right. You know, like, okay, cool. I was so happy though.
Right.
Right. And so I get there, man, and this is what I'll say. Here's the real answer. I got a fair shot, but I didn't know what to do with it. Right? Like, it's different, man, when you a starter and you coming from winning the state championship in a state that worships basketball. Now you up in a college where don't nobody know who you are. They don't care who you are. They don't care what you've done. And now what I didn't understand was scholarship athletes oftentimes are threatened by walk-ons, right? Because now you messing with their money potentially. And so, yeah, it was a hard road, man. And I know why Travis is asking that question too, because that coach, I would commiserate with Trav on occasion. Like, I don't think the head coach, it's not that he didn't like me. I think he actually like disliked me. You know what I'm saying? Because like I didn't necessarily need to like suck up to any of them because I was already on scholarship. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's like now you're into like the power play of college sports and the business of it. They're really invested in these scholarship athletes. Meanwhile, we are crushing them in practice. Our team was 5-20 that year. And I'm like, I can do 5-20, bro. Like, if we're gonna be this bad anyway, you might as well let us all get some run.
Right.
So, yeah, I think they definitely, you know, I didn't know how to maneuver in that. And I think if I had that knowledge, things would have worked out a little bit differently for me. But you know, I did carve my way onto the team, and you know, I was on the team for 3 years, but I had to quit right at the beginning of the 3rd season. And of course, that was the season they won the conference and went to the big dance and got into the 2nd round. They were a 16 seed, beat a 2 seed, and got into the 2nd round. And I was on that team, but I was off the team before we played our first game. So it was a good run. It was an interesting experience. I don't recommend being a walk-on. I recommend if you get a shot at somebody paying for it, take that shot because they're going to treat you well. Walk on, you got to figure it out for yourself, you know. So,
yeah, man, we often get into a lot of conversation on the show, man, about the politics of the game, and you know what I'm saying. And most people don't realize the politics of it until they get to that next level and it smacks you right dead in your face, and then you have to deal with it. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's, you know, that's sports. But Lloyd, man, this has been a great interview, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to really, 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 man, shout you out, give you flowers, man. We appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you trusting us with your name and your legacy, man. And you know what I'm saying, man? Hey, you're truly a man of you know Julian Patano?
The name sounds familiar, man.
We had him on the show. Julian is a he played on the show Greenleaf. He's an actor.
Okay. I'm thinking Green. I know Greenleaf. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So he was on the show, man. You and him got a lot in common, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are both got a lot of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's a person of a lot of different talents as well. He's a person of a lot of different talents as well, man. And y'all mesh together for real.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. We're gonna be doing some things down in Goldsboro We got a movie it's going to be shooting down there. I can't talk too much about it right now. It's in the works, but yeah, it's going to be a movie going down there, and Julian's going to be playing in it also.
Nice, nice. That's what's
So
up.
look, man, before we get out of here, man, is there anything that you want to say to the people of Goldsboro, to your peers, to the people that's watching? Is there anything that you would like to say before we get out of here, man?
Yeah, absolutely. First, man, thank you guys, man. For real, this has been a great experience for me. I appreciate what y'all are doing, like what y'all have done, and man, I'm looking forward to the work that you're still like you're going to do. Um, you guys, man, it's just refreshing to like kick it with y'all again, man. Like it's just bringing so much like nostalgia back. The bus rides, the long practices, you know what I'm saying? Like the times in McDonald's after the game on the road, like just all those good times we had, man. And so I appreciate y'all, man, and thank you, man, for allowing those other people to like shout out, man. Shout out to OJ and Anthony, man. Like that's so cool.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
yeah, man. But I will say this, man, about Goldsboro itself, man. Like Goldsboro has a bad reputation. You know what I'm saying? Like as just a place. Um, but I look at what we're able to accomplish and take with us from Goldsboro to apply in life. Man, a lot of good came out of Goldsboro. It's still coming out of Goldsboro. So like I think that's just how home is, man. Like sometimes you hate it, man, but it's home and you love it and it's home. You know what I'm saying? So like even for me, man, like I love Goldsboro. I always be Goldsboro to the through and through. You know what I mean? So take care of home, love home, give back when you can, and just keep showing love, man. And the best thing we can all do, man, is take what we got from the borough and like live it out in our lives, man. So take those lessons from Coach Durham, man. Take that winning spirit, that championship spirit from that team in '98, man, and just carry it forward, man. We can all.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Yeah, man. I appreciate everybody for joining in tonight. I am your host, Burrow Boy, aka Sean X, and I got my man Maurice Gunn and Graham here. Great interview tonight with my man Lloyd Briggery. Man, Lloyd, I appreciate you showing up, man.
Thanks, fellas.
Till
Appreciate
next
y'all.
time, y'all. We out here.